So if you guys have seen this viral video, it's actually of me. So here I am as the bitter baby mama telling my side. Yes, I was with this man for 10 years. However, there were so many insecurities with this man. Like, from a physical aspect, we looked very different. He then proceeds to fight me like, yep, I've been waiting to rock you, and goes to swinging. Yes, I am a female. This is a 400-pound man. I might weigh 175 soaking wet.
So this is part 2 of the bitter baby daddy, bitter baby mama, allegedly the bitter baby mama situation. And this is the what she refers to her. She referred to herself as a bitter baby mama. This is her making her case. So let's start at the beginning again. So we're gonna go back to so we can get some context to the incident that kind of set this all off. This is the video. This is like the viral video that I saw first, and then I kind of went down the rabbit hole. But remember, he posted this video. This is the video he posted.
Can you get off my car, please? I'm trying to take the kids and go home. Can you back away, please? I can't go until your mama moves. I'm sorry you guys got to be witness again. Oh, man. Sit back, seatbelt on now.
Nico doesn't go to school.
I know. Sit back, seatbelt now. Seatbelt, Nico. Where you go? There you go. Say bye-bye, mommy.
So that's the video he posted. That's the video he posted, right? Now, she has a video too. And she has a text message to go with the video. Maybe you guys can help me understand this. Because when I read it, like the video that she sent made sense, but the message, I was like, I didn't understand it, but I let's figure this out together because I think I got it. I think I have the understanding of it. So this is what she posted. It says, hey, this is from him. Hey, just wanted to be upfront. I picked up the boys today thinking it was my scheduled weekend based on my understanding of the possession order. After double checking just now, I realized I may have gotten the weekends mixed up. I want you to know it wasn't intentional or done in bad faith. I genuinely thought it was my weekend under the order. Since I have them now, I'll make sure that they are taken care of and returned properly. I appreciate your understanding. I'll bring them back later today after we get food and play for a second. And then I don't know if he like accidentally sent this to her, but he thought he was sending it to his dad. I don't know. It says, Pops, let Lexus know I'm going to be working all the rest of this week following into the weekend. I'll be back on Monday, the 5th, for our court when they change the date to it. So that was the text message. I'm guessing that was prior to this exchange. Now, remember, he's trying to paint her out to be some bitter baby mama. She's just being vindictive or whatever. But listen to this carefully. Listen to this closely. This is from a Ring camera, as you can see. I don't know whose door this is. It could have been off her shop, I'm guessing. Might be in the parking lot of her shop, because how else would she get the film, the footage or whatever? But yeah, I was like, yo, and this happened prior to him getting the kids in the car. So remember, he posted the video after he found out that it wasn't his weekend. That was him taking the kids when he shouldn't have taken the kids. That was him taking the kids when he shouldn't have taken the kids. That's why she was calling the authorities. She was right. He posted the video, bro, to make it seem like she was crazy. The video is still up. He hasn't fixed it. He acknowledged, he sent her the text message saying he knew it wasn't his weekend. After the fact, if he acted in good faith, he acted in good faith, right? But how he yelled at her in that video. She didn't yell at him, and she was calling the police because it wasn't his weekend. What the hell? What the hell? He did not in his video acknowledge that he fucked up. This is what I've been saying this whole time. Anytime men get on the internet and they start off with how bitter their baby mamas are, my ears instantly close up. Because I already know. I'm like, bro, hey man, y'all can say whatever. I know that there are a ton of women out here. When I say a ton, maybe I'm being hyperbolic. Maybe I'm being too liberal. Yes, there are bitter baby mamas out there. I haven't met one. I haven't seen one. But yes, there are bitter baby mamas out there. I know they exist. I do know they exist, right? It's like I said, I think it's a human thing. I could see it happening with anybody. I could see anybody being jealous. I could see all of that. No doubt about it, right? But when men get on the internet and they start telling us and start trying to paint the mothers of their children out to be these bad people, red flags. All the alarms are sounding because I'm like, ain't no woman really like obsessed with y'all like that. Like, you motherfuckers ain't really shit at the end of the day. Like, let's be for real. Y'all really not really, you know what I'm saying? And most women aren't really possessive. Most women don't really have that level of entitlement. So I be just finding it hard to believe. And this is why I don't believe men. This is a perfect example of why I don't trust men. This whole story, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the first video. It's posted already. That whole story that he laid out was like, oh, she's bitter. She was dating this dude and all of this stuff. And then he tried to make her seem like she was crazy for calling the cops on him. He fucked up the whole time and he still hasn't admitted it. This is crazy.
So if you guys have seen this viral video, it's actually of me. So here I am as the bitter baby mama telling my side. I was going to let it go. I was going to let him live. I have a brand. I don't really do drama or mess or nothing like that, but it's going all across social media platforms everywhere, and I'm being painted as the bitter baby mom. So let's start from the beginning. So if we're going to start, we got to start from the top. Yes, I was with this man for 10 years. However, there were so many insecurities with this man. Like, from a physical aspect, we looked very different. So it would be cases to where, you know, I had a tracker on my car for years, never knew. My phone shared location anywhere I went, anytime I went out of.
Remember his story. He never mentioned any of this. He never mentioned he put a tracker in her car. He never mentioned he was ever insecure. It was always like, I don't understand.
But they're a baby mom. So let's start from the beginning. So if we're going to start, we got to start from the top. Yes, I was with this man for 10 years. However, there were so many insecurities with this man. Like, from a physical aspect, we looked very different. So it would be cases to where, you know, I had a tracker on my car for years, never knew. My phone shared location anywhere I went, anytime I went out of town. My friends' Instagrams and social media were being watched 24/7. If we went out, if a man would compliment me, you know, he would get into it with people. If I go out without him, and when I get back home, he's like, oh, who talked to you, or how many guys tried to talk to you? It became overbearing in the relationship, period. It would just take probably days to get through all the harassment, stalking, and basically constant fear of being in a relationship with a person and ultimately leaving them and having to face the consequences of leaving them. So from the very beginning, when I left him, he did not see the kids for 6 months because he said, I wanted to be a single mom. I was leaving him. I was essentially breaking up the family. So single moms struggle. Single moms don't have the dad helping. So all what he was doing inside of the relationship, he would no longer be doing.
Remember what he was saying. Remember how it came out of nowhere, right? It came out of nowhere. I was like, why you want to throw all this away? I was shocked. I said it in the other, I didn't even see all of this yet. I promise you, I'm reacting to all of this in real time. I love to do it this way. I already knew what it was, though. He was saying the quintessential, it came out of nowhere. She is saying, dude, you were insecure. You were very possessive. You were bitter, all of these things, right? Cool. Now, mind you, it's so textbook listening to how this play is playing out thus far, though. So he was abusive. She was done with the relationship, and so she cheated on him technically, right, with another dude. I'm pretty sure because she hasn't denied that yet. She cheated on him, right? But in her mind, the relationship was over. But him being possessive, little dangerous. Maybe she didn't leave the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she was still grappling with like how to tell him or whatever the case may be. Like I hate that men try to act like, though, again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying like it's okay to cheat. I'm not saying that, but I also at the same exact time, I can put myself in that position as a woman, being vulnerable, having 2 children, not knowing how to end a relationship, feeling neglected, being gaslit, being manipulated. Maybe you run to somebody else. Like that's not crazy. Okay, should she have ended it? Yes, she should have. But I'm not in their relationship, and this is why I don't talk about it from a woman's perspective, because I don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with a person that I believe could potentially cause me bodily harm. I don't. I've never been in that situation. So who am I to be like, you should have just left? Cheating is always wrong. That's how men always want to run to that shit, right? To never take accountability for the things that we do. But no. You don't get to play that game, family. You don't get to play that game if you're a fucking stalker. If you're a goddamn narcissist, if you're neglecting your wife, you don't get to play that game. You don't. I'm sorry. You don't get to be like, oh, I just don't understand. Cheating is always bad. Shut the fuck up. Y'all can't understand cheating. But yesterday, I showed a video of a woman that got unalived by her estranged husband, and the men was in the comments, and they go, well, I'm not saying this right, but I can understand. So you can understand how a man would unalive 2 fucking people, leaving behind 11 orphan children, but you can't understand why a woman in a relationship with a big ass, possessive ass, scary ass man would be afraid to just leave, but still want the connection with another man. You can't understand that, though. Like, be so fucking for real.
So then it became a situation to where the guy I was dating at the time is watching me run back and forth from the salon to the boys' schools because he refused to pick him up. He was like, nope, you don't have help. That's what I did when we were together. You don't have that no more, right? So the guy I was dating, it took probably like 3 months for me to finally give in. He was like, I'm tired of watching you go back and forth, running yourself crazy, trying to maintain. He like, if you let me pick the boys up from school, I guarantee you that man gonna quit his job to come get these kids if he see me do it. I was still apprehensive because I'm like, this is my first time.
Wait. So you mean to tell me that the new boyfriend clocked this nigga a mile away, knew exactly what type of time he was on, being petty, being bitter? Wow. And he fell right into the trap because that's exactly what happened. Well, he didn't come pick him up. Remember, he said he started paying a friend to come pick him up. But yeah, he for however he was inconveniencing her, he stopped inconveniencing her. Interesting.
I was still apprehensive because I'm like, this is my first time dating outside of him.
Yep. And she didn't want the dude to come pick him up. She wasn't doing it, to be lazy or whatever, but wow. Okay. That's interesting.
So it continued on. The guy I was dating was picking the kids up from school and dropping them off to the salon. I'm not sure how long that period of time went on, but it finally got to the point of where he got really angry, and we made the exchange with the kids at my salon. We pulled up. We went 2 different directions, and then I went to the gas station by my job. I watched him go the opposite direction. I'm pumping my gas. As soon as I turn around, he's pulling up furious, like, oh, you had him pick them up from school today, da-da-da. So normally when the kids get with him, he would ask them like, oh, who been picking y'all up? Or he would call the daycare every day to ask them who was picking the kids up. So when I turn around and he's right there or whatever, He then proceeds to fight me like, yep, I've been waiting to rock yo, and goes to swinging. Yes, I am a female. This is a 400-pound man. I might weigh 175 soaking wet, but I'm not going to just let you whoop my ass, essentially. So we get to fighting. You know, it's a war, basically. Like, I'm having to hold his shirt tight because he's trying to slam me on the ground. He's choking me, throwing me against his car. All this is why my kids are in the car, mind you.
Remember, again, remember when he said he had a warrant out for his arrest because she, you know, said that. And he again, he didn't know where it would come from, why she wouldn't want her kids around him. He doesn't understand. He's completely innocent in all of this. Now, I will clock some. She hasn't spoke about her cheating. She hasn't denied it, and she hasn't confirmed it. So I don't know if she was cheating or not. I wouldn't put it past her to have cheated, but she hasn't denied or confirmed it. So I don't know if she actually cheated. That's one thing I don't know yet. But everything else that man has said, she has directly refuted and disputed and gave context, and it makes sense. Like the shit he was saying didn't make sense. There were like gaps and big ass holes, and I'm listening to her story, and there's no gaps. There's no holes. I completely understand it. I'm like, yep, that makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. Yep, I get that. Okay. Yeah, I can understand if you lay hands on me in front of my kids, choke me out in front of my kids, that I won't never want you around my kids anymore. Yep, I completely understand that. In his text messages that he provided where he called them receipts, it showed a level of neglect on his behalf. None on her behalf. It showed a level of neglect on his behalf. He didn't know what foods they ate. Absolutely.
So this video in particular is from when he decided to take my kids to Florida. They had spring break 2 weeks after. My issue with it is my kids' attendance. I care about their attendance. I care about their schoolwork. I'm constantly involved with their teachers, so I like to make sure that they stay, you know, on task. So they already had missed 31 days of school last school year because most Mondays he doesn't take them to school. He feels like they need mental health days and all these extra things, and essentially education is not that important to him.
What? 31 absences? What? Sir, come to the front of the class, please. Does anybody think this woman is lying at this point? All this makes sense. This dude he's terrible. He's a terrible father. Remember, oh my God. A good father doesn't equal a good parent. He called himself a good father. I don't know why. Cool, he's a good father. He's a good father in his mind. He's not a good parent, though. He's not like her. Like, she's in their relationship, she's the benchmark for what a good parent is. Maybe not compared to every other person, right? I'm saying, like, I don't even need to compare her to any other person. But in their relationship, she's the benchmark for what a parent is, right? She's the most involved. Cool. He doesn't deny that. He then proceeds to call himself a good father, and then you listen to stuff like this, and you're like, what the fuck? You're a terrible parent. Okay, cool. You're a good father, but you're a terrible parent. Wow. This is really worse than I even thought it was going to be.
So they already had missed 31 days of school last school year because most Mondays he doesn't take them to school. He feels like they need mental health days and all these extra things, and essentially education is not that important to him. Education was not important to him or his family. So these are one of the things I did miss because he did do.
All right, real quick. And this is why little black boys are failing. I don't want to hear shit about the system. The system plays a big role, but this is why little black boys are failing, because their fathers don't give a fuck about pushing education. It's the daddies running around here talking about, if you want to go to college and take the smarty pants route, you can. Trying to downplay education. What the fuck?
These things when we were together. So he took him to Florida 4 or 5 days after I made him aware that he can wait till spring break. He took them anyway and sat outside my salon for 5 hours. Yes, I can admit I was upset because now they're missing additional school after I made you aware that attendance is already a problem on your end. So then he comes to the salon 2 weeks after, like, hey, I'm here to get the boys Like, no, we have to go back to court and figure out how we can get you to get the kids to school effectively. And he waited outside my salon for 5 hours while I finished 3 sew-ins. And that was essentially what the lady was saying. Like, the kids have to go with him. You have to take him back to court if there's an issue with the school. We have nothing to do with it.
Okay, so I get that. So in the meantime, it was still his time. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I see. In the meantime, it was still his time. And that's why, you know, that's why the law got involved. And they're right. Like, there's nothing we could do right now, right? I understand that. That's the law. Okay, I respect that. Okay, and then she posted a ton of messages, right? Remember, his messages kind of didn't make any sense. They were all over the place, but most of them just made him look like bad. Most of them made, you know, some of them were just like, what the fuck? And then they, you know, they weren't like this. He didn't send any of these messages, nothing like this. So this message, he says, she got these on the computer, by the way, so you know she's serious about this. She said, or he says, this shit ugly now. You saying all this shit talking about getting me locked up, and you disgusted now, and all this hurtful, untrue ass shit about me. You putting everybody before me. Like, I don't mean shit to you. You moved on so quick, like it's something you've been waiting on doing forever. And you're telling me I should just be done and moved on to I should just be done and moved on too. And I don't even bother your ass. I give you space, a lot of it, but you mad as hell at me making yourself matter for what? But I have too much self-respect for myself, which is redundant, to let you treat me like I mean nothing. So I'm going to do myself, and you do a favor and disappear from your life completely. So I'm going to do myself and you a favor and disappear from your life completely. I'm sorry, y'all. His writing is not that good. His punctuation, his grammar, it's hard to follow. I'm walking away for good. You win. You get everything you ask for. Despite everything I'm going through, I was on a high today because of the flying shit. And all I wanted to do was to share it with you. That's all. And since you thought I cut your phone off, and I didn't do shit, but I made sure I paid the motherfucker, you turned all this shit ugly. Now you saying all this shit talking about getting me locked up. Okay, cool. So that's the top of the message. Okay, I see. Then she says, okay, you give me anxiety. I have to heal from you. And then he responded, I'm really gone, Lexus. You don't have to worry about it. I hope you happy with your new nigga, your new friends, your new family. You don't have to have anxiety or anything. I haven't been bothering you, and now I never will reach out again for anything. That sounds very narcissistic. Just so we're all clear, because they have 2 children. Saying you're gonna leave, like, just so you know, brother, either way you're saying this, you sound crazy, because you're either saying I'm going to abandon you and the 2 children, or you're just saying this to manipulate her. Either way, you look crazy. There's really no way to spin this narrative to make you look sane and rational. Like, this is a rational reaction. She says, can't make none of this up. So this is June of 21, right? He says, you know you miss me being inside of your body and your mind, talking to you nice and slow in your ear, just how you like it. You don't want to give your body to nobody else, not really anyway, and that's okay, because next time you just need some love, I may be available. Good night. I hope I got you folded like a pretzel in your dreams. Good woman never forget great sex. Jesus Christ. That was at 12:43 a.m. She didn't respond. He sends her another text. Knowing me, following each other, and she watches my stories, and I watch her shit to you on FaceTime with some nigga telling him he fine as fuck at midnight. You foul as fuck, but bet. Then he started blowing up her phone because he jealous. Pick up your phone. Pick up your phone. You gonna keep saying your phone dead, and it's not. I'm not calling to fight with you about nothing. I want to talk. This is, mind you, this is at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God, man. This is at 1 o'clock in the morning. Wow. Wow, this is crazy. This dude is crazy. Okay. All right. It goes on. June 11th, so a different day. I guess it's reading from the bottom. You wasn't, hold on. Okay. Edited. You leaving me was okay, baby. I understand that part. We needed to break up to see what we couldn't fix together. But what hurt the most is one day you making me feel like I was everything you truly wanted, and we was gonna become each other forever person in front of God and continue to build our amazing family. Then the next you switched up on me. You made me feel so unwanted, like I didn't mean anything to you, like your past was more important than what we had, and the other options you had waiting is what you really wanted. And now we here, and the way you've been moving and how you've been coming at me shows me how deep your love for me really was. I've been so silent and peaceful, and I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna get right back to that after this next. But I had to get that shit off my chest. This nigga is, I reading this nigga shit is like reading my 9-year-old son. Like, I don't know, man. Talk to text is a thing, fam. Like, I need for you. The grammar is crazy in this. She said, no, you were the person I was gonna be with and had everything I needed. I wasn't looking for nothing else in anybody. Once I see I was giving life to a dead situation, none of that mattered anymore. I love me above anything, so that's who I chose. Situations and circumstances change. Hope you can move on and stop dwelling on what happened. You could have been trying to move forward in our relationship, but you weren't. So now we are where we are. He said, you wasn't giving life to a dead situation, Lexus. Come on now, it's me, the same me that has always stood behind you and applied pressure. The same me that stood next to you when your pelvis was broke and you wanted everybody to see I was with you. The same person that helped heal you when you needed it, and it needed it and helped you fulfill your dreams. It's me. And if you say you choose you above it all and you love you above it all, then you saying the same thing. It's one, it's our birthday. LOL. We both know. What the fuck, bro? I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. This dude is nuts. I don't understand what the fuck he's trying to say. The writing is very small. I'm having a hard time reading it. He says, I forgive you with everything in me. So this is July 12th. Okay. The day after. I forgive you with everything in me. Trust you to be you. And honestly, without us losing each other, I probably wouldn't ever have found the strength to do so. It took getting my world ripped from under me and a pain I can't even describe to get here. If only if you knew how much healing I've been. This nigga's not healed at all. I've been doing and how much I have grown, man. It's not stopping here. Yeah. And then she not even responding to this shit. She just hit this nigga the next day like, you got the mailbox key? This is not funny, but it's hilarious. I'm sorry. This is crazy. It goes on. You want to argue or you want your pussy ate real slow and nasty? Like I'm not seeing her asking for any of these sexual things. Maybe she's leaving this out. I don't know. Do you see these long ass paragraphs and messages he's leaving her? You guys can pause to read. This is crazy, man. This dude is nuts. So he won't let it go. Obviously, he won't let it go. And he had told her that he told her at one point in time, he didn't come see his kids for 6 months, and he said that, it was gonna be the whole like you a single baby mama now, you gotta act, I'm gonna treat you like a single baby mama. He was trying to do that thing where when a woman is done with a man, he tries to make life harder for her, right? Even though those are his kids still. So that make sense. And this is why I always say that men can only trap women with kids. He was trying to punish her. He was trying to make her life harder in hopes that she'd be like, well, fuck it. It's too hard to be without him. I might as well be with him. It didn't work. And you can see he just continued to crash out for a long ass time after that. And remember, she said that he was obsessed and he was stalking her. These are some of the pictures she took of him doing so. He says he wasn't obsessed. That's his car right there. Nolan and Nico, yeah, get them ready. I'll text you when I'm outside. Nico not going, and we'll meet at Nolan's school. Let me know when you 15 minutes. I see you still on that weird shit. What's wrong with Nico? Acting a fool at school every day. Regrew a book and blacked a girl eye. Wow. Running out of class, hurting teachers. I'm sure I know why. Damn. I'm sure I know why. Damn. I'll handle that when all this shit is over with. And I'm not meeting you at Nolan's school. Is that gonna be an issue? You could drop him off though. Why wouldn't you want to meet at Nolan's school? Why can't y'all meet at Nolan's school, friend? What's going on? Goes on to say, where are my kids? Me and my kids are leaving the park. We will be there in 6 minutes. I can meet y'all at the park. We already gone. Meet me at Burger King. No, I'm outside your spot. I'm not even there. I said we 6 minutes away. That's this what I mean. It's okay. They sleepy as hell anyway. Okay, Burger King. So he trying to keep the kid like, wow, this motherfucker is devious. All this, just all these little manipulation tactics to make her life more difficult. Just not meeting where they supposed to meet. Just weird shit, man. Where are you? I'm at home. Nolan in the shower. I'll call, text you when I'm outside. Why didn't the kids go to school? Decided to make it a 4-day weekend, spend some more quality time with them. They both in their own way expressed some shit over the weekend that worried me. So I'm making it a mental health day. Nah, bro. Nah, fam. He lazy. He don't want to take the kids to school. He don't want to pick them up. He don't want to take them to school. He don't want to pick them up. He acting like they got mental health. Nah, bro. You just don't want to pick them kids up from school. You don't want to drop them off. That's what it is. Wow, man. This is crazy. I'll be at your spot to drop them off like normal. If you're not at mine, simple. I don't care who doesn't like it. Fuck them. Meet me at the school. You just go keep on, huh? The places we meet is my house, your house, the shop. That's it. I'm not doing this back and forth with you. I'm not going to argue with you about nothing. Never do. I don't even like talking to you. It's 8:25. You're not here yet. We about to leave. We about to leave out. I'll be at your spot in 25 minutes. Have a good night. Don't have our kids waiting outside again while you in the house. That's nasty. Good girl. That's how you do it. Simple. Wow. So she's trying to create a boundary, right, of not meeting at her house. She obviously doesn't want him at her house, but he won't respect that boundary. She's like, meet me anywhere else. Meet me at the school, like, whatever. but he don't want to respect that. Seems very obsessive. Where are my kids? Me and my kids are leaving the park. Okay, cool. So we just going back to the beginning. So yeah, there you have it. The bitter baby daddy was exposed. Everything that motherfucker said was a lie. None of it added up. I knew it. I knew that shit didn't make sense. I knew it didn't make sense. And she said, she was like, yo, I don't even like doing this shit. But she did it. She exposed everything. It's all out there now. Y'all can decide for yourself. To me, it seems fairly obvious what's going on. He obviously is a manipulator, whatever. That, to me, that's just that's how it appears. He didn't present really any evidence to make her seem irrational, delusional, like she was playing games with him, manipulating him, like he seems abusive. She said that he attacked her in broad daylight in front of their children. That's why she doesn't want them around her kids. All of his tracks. He denies it, but I believe her. Why? Of course. And this is why it'd be so hard to believe men. And this is why I don't believe in the concept of parental alienation for the most part when it comes to women alienating their children from the man. No. She's keeping those babies safe and she's keeping herself safe. She's keeping her baby safe and she's keeping herself safe. You are neglectful. Those babies missed 31 days at school. I totally believe that. You openly admitted in a text message, you just took it upon yourself to just create a mental health day. Like, please get the fuck out of here, sir. You are delusional. You are manipulative. You are abusive. That is obvious. Seek help. Sit on that lady couch. Period.